conversation. So we can
So
just
we can
start.
We are live.
start with the second teams.
We are live.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are live.
yeah. Good evening, everyone. So sorry, the live previously got disconnected. So from now, we will start with our second theme, keeping the time constraint in mind. So I would like to ask the second team to introduce their name, why they chose the name, and a 1 minute summary of their pitch.
Sure. So our name is Sustainable Visionaries. We choose this name Sustainable Visionaries because we see sustainability as a business decision, not just as an environmental concern. So we focus on growth model that work today without creating problems for tomorrow. So this presentation look at how business growth puts pressure on natural resources. So it shows how smarter system can reduce that pressure while still allowing long-term success.
Okay, you can go ahead with your pitch, keeping the time frame in mind, that is 3 minutes.
Swapnil, could you please share the slide? Yeah. So business often treat nature as something external, something that can be adjusted endlessly. But nature works more like operating system. If it is crashes, everything else stop. So our approach builds business model that respect nature limits. So businesses just didn't grow on a system that's already failing. Uh, Next slide. Yeah. So as need increases, the usual response is to extract more resources. So that's where depletion begins. Like how in our project we focus on redesigning how needs are met and using fewer inputs and like reusing outputs and reducing the dependency on fresh resources instead of constantly pulling out from the planet. Over to you, Samita.
Yeah, here small actions may look harmless, but when they are repeated in the large scale, they create a big and lasting damage. So, what seems small today can be seriously environmental problems over time. So, here we make sure that businesses are measured by how fast nature can recover, so the growth not caused by permanent harm. Next slide, please. Okay, here many businesses make profit by ignoring environmental costs like pollution and health issues. This may work for a short time, but it cannot last. So here we focus on combining profit with environmental health. So success is measured not only by money, but also uh, create a positive impact on our environment. Next slide, please. So here businesses cannot grow forever on a planet with limited resources. The solution is not unlimited growth, but the smart and sustainable growth. Here we help businesses grow while protecting natural resources. So both business goals and environmental stay balanced in a long run. Over to you, Swapnil.
Yes, so this slide talks about the environmental damages that we have that is coming from not just everyday small decision. It comes from a small everyday decision, not from a big one like sudden mistake. So what we do is we try to focus on everyday businesses that choice they make instead of making a big promise. So here an economy, this slide talks about that an economy does that only takes resources eventually will weaken itself. Sustainable businesses grow by restoring like what they use, and they keep the ecosystem healthy. So they have systems built, and that helps them keep their ecosystems completely healthy. Yes, and this slide talks about that the responsibility is not like driven by the intention alone. It talks about how it is shaped by the system that a company is already built. When system like rewards only the small changes, it will eventually not work at the end. So it has to have the right behavior, and sustainability becomes a is a part of everyday work that one does.
Thank you, Team Sustainable Visionaries, for your pitch. Now, question box is open to Team Eco Innovators. You can ask 2 questions and then we'll move forward with your presentation.
Yeah, I have one simple question. So, how can we encourage individuals and businesses to recognize the importance of sustainable habits? Should I repeat the question?
Yes, Abdullah, could you please elaborate on the question more?
Okay, so I mentioned how can we encourage individuals and businesses to recognize the importance of sustainable habits, like what approaches have worked in getting people to adopt more eco-friendly practices? Like how can we get individuals or businesses to adapt more?
Team Sustainable Visionaries, you can answer about the approaches that helps businesses to adopt these systems, sustainable systems.
Um, as individual or as a business, sustainability becomes more important when we realize that our action can affect the future. So when we have scarcity of resources, or or we have the resources which we can able to use it more efficiently, so in that kind of decision making we can make it more effectively, so that it can be uh, made according to the sustainable decision.
Did it answer your question, Team Eco Innovators?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, we can take one last question.
Like, which sustainable practice do you think businesses can adopt first and why?
For that, it is important that they have to realize that growth depends on healthy resources, and pollution, waste, and resources lose and shows immediate effects. So they have to focus is on short term and as well as long term sustainability.
Does that
Okay.
answer your question?
Yeah, it answers my question.
Any follow-up questions? Okay. So moving ahead, we can start with Team Eco Innovators. Please explain why you chose that name and a summary of your whole pitch before beginning.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm the coach of Team Eco Innovators. So we chose the name Eco Innovators because we believe progress isn't just about growth. It's about how we grow. And this presentation focuses on balancing growth, sustainability, and creating innovation that protects the planet. Okay, so moving on with the presentation. So human environment. Um, Humans normally don't just adapt to the environment, we change it because that's I think what makes us different from any other species. And while our innovations have helped us grow, they've also put pressure on nature. And eco innovation is about finding ways to grow without harming the planet. So moving to the next slide, growing needs. So growing needs, we all have basic needs like food, water, and shelter, right? So as the population grew, so did the pressure on resources, and the key is balancing our needs with the earth, with the earth. and using resources sustainably, like switching from fossil to solar energy, or like in their session when Taru mentioned that India uses coal, so they can use solar energy, and that will make it more the environment more sustainable. So then Vikrant, moving. Okay, I think it's session. Moving to session.
Thank you, Abdullah. Next slide, please. Okay, so hello everyone. So this is a technology and change, right? So technology has made our life easier, faster. So industry increase their population, sorry, production and improve their living standards, right? So but they also caused the pollution and environment damage as well. So now technology must focus on the eco-friendly as well as sustainable solution. Next slide, please. Yeah, so not all environmental change starts request, right? So we can say that a small action are can create big problems as well as over time. So we can, for example, cutting trees leads to the soil erosion, right, and the wildlife loss. So understanding impact help us the best, better, and the choice, right? Next slide, please. Yeah, so needs and balance. So how we can change it? Like human needs conflict with nature, right? So unlimited use of resource, it will be harmful for the future. Everyone, for the humans as well as for animals as well. So we can must decide the acceptable and what is not, right? So finding balance both humans as well and environment survives. Over to you, Vikrant.
Thank you, Sachin. Before we use natural resources, we need to pause and reflect because quick results are often rewarding and attractive, but they can hide the damage that appears later in the long run. In business, also, rushing brings short term success, but in the long term, it will create a lot of problems. Moving on to the next slide. The economy and the environment do not move separately, they grow together. And if growth damages the nature, it won't survive for long. Real growth respects people, profit, and the planet. So, by choosing cleaner energy and smarter system, we protect our nature while also strengthening our economy. Moving ahead, most environmental harm does not come from not only come from bad intention, but from repeated habits. People often understand the impact, but yet changing habits take efforts. Small daily actions, when repeated, slowly shapes the future. And when individuals and businesses act responsibly, progress becomes sustainable. That is why we call ourselves eco-innovators. The name reflects our belief in the solution that are both innovative and sustainable. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Eco Innovators, for your pitch. Now we can take two questions from Team Sustainable Visionaries.
Okay, so can I know like how technology solved environmental problems? Like any one example, like how technology solved any environmental problem?
Mm.
Yeah, can you elaborate
Like
on that?
we can No, I would like to answer like there is renewable energy. Before we used to use coal, which produces a lot of pollution. But instead of we can shift to renewable energy sources such as solar energy. That is less pollutant and it is more beneficial to us.
Did it answer your question, Team Sustainable Visionaries?
Yes.
We can take one more question. Any more follow-up questions from Team Sustainable Visionaries?
Yeah, I have a question that how can business decide whether that environmental change is harmless or harmful before scaling it?
Can you please repeat the question?
Sure. So every business want to scale themselves, right? But if some environmental change is happening, so how they can decide that this is a harmless or harmful? Is there any pattern
Okay.
or
So
any
I
behavior
mean,
analysis?
yeah. So I mean, businesses are only into sustainability and the likes because of the government policies, and if it can bring if it can bring more one revenue to them in the long term. Like for example, companies that invest in energy efficient technologies often see reduced optional costs. Consumers also increasingly are willing to pay a minimum for eco-friendly products. So it can boost their revenue. So I guess that is it.
Okay, let's answer my question.
All right. Well, thank you so much to both the teams for, despite all the technical difficulties, for going with the pitches and also asking good questions. So, I would like to each one of here like come up with three reflections. So, who would like to go first?
I would like to go first.
Yeah,
I
sure.
got to know that okay, small habits are more important than the major changes, and even the small habits, when repeated on daily basis, can shape the future and that will lead to bigger success in the future.
Thank you so much, Vikrant. Please, two more reflections we would like to welcome.
Okay, I'm going to next. So I understand today as they helped me to understand that growing a business is not about the making more money, right? Before expanding, it is more important to think about the how impact will going on the nature as well as the people. So it harm to ignore in the sense we can say that in the beginning we can say that becomes a big problem later, right? So we have to think about it and take a small action and go move forward another. If we follow these things, it will definitely help for people as well and our environment as well.
Okay, one
Okay.
more reflection.
So here this made me realize that protecting nature isn't about stopping some business growth. It's about how redefining business happens, like growth happens. The company that truly protect resources do also by building sustainability into their systems, like not treating it as an afterthought. So when business takes responsibilities for their impact on nature, they just don't reduce harm, they also create a long term value for people and the planet and also them for themselves.
Thank you so much, Samita, for your reflection. And I kind of agree. I believe that businesses who think of sustainability in long term, it's not only beneficial for the planet, but it also eventually brings growth to the business as well in terms of economic. And I think the other participants are not here, right?